Shalma, can you share what you said to me while I was talking to you? Okay, how about the check marks thing? Oh, you say it. You know what it is, Shalma.
I just put check marks on the ones I wanted to look at, and then little lines on the ones I didn't want to look at, so that made it easier to go back to them.
Okay, so check marks I know I want to go back to this and read this and use this. Right? Is that right, Shalma? Okay. And Israel, can you share what you did? Because it's a strategy.
Added the sources that were shorter.
Write the sources that are shorter. Okay? If you see a source that's super long, you're like, nope, I don't have time to read that. Okay? Because you have 5 other ones you can look at and you only need about 3. Okay? That is totally a strategy, so don't hate. Okay? Shalma also said that she had a hard time understanding the prompt. Did anybody else have a hard time understanding what the prompt was asking you to do? Kinda? So table over there, we all knew what the prompt was? Okay? Okay, so what do we think the prompt is? Can somebody explain what they think it's trying to ask you to do? Judah, please tell us.
Say whether or not ads are propaganda or are beneficial, and use 3 sources for your evidence.
Okay, and how do you know that's what it was asking you to do? Can you point to it in the packet? So can everybody go back to their front page, please, of this packet to the prompt so we can make sure that we understand where Judah's getting this information? All right, Judah, tell me.
I read the introduction, and in the last sentence it says, quick, claim the advertisement is propaganda, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, alright, so that means advertising is propaganda is one option, or advertising fosters free trade and promotes prosperity is another option.
Yes.
So I knew it had to be one of those. And then the assignment, it says write an essay in which you develop a position on the effects of advertising.
Good.
Synthesize at least 3 of the sources for support.
Perfect. Okay, so I'm sure that we all read that part of the prompt. I'm not saying you didn't, but can somebody share why that might have been confusing for them? If you raised your hand and said that was really hard for me, what was hard about that specific part? Anybody? What was confusing about the prompt? Yeah, Matthew.
For me, what was kind of hard is how do you distinguish propaganda and free trade? That was a little bit hard.
Yeah, propaganda and free trade. It's what does that even mean, number 1? And number 2, how do I know the difference between those things in these sources? Totally. And you have to read something that, Judah, I'm glad you brought up, is that you have to read the introduction. The intro part, even though it doesn't have the assignment in it or the direct prompt, that will tell you super important information about what it is that you are writing about. Okay? Cool. And then what does propaganda mean based on our vocab that you did earlier? Biased information. Does anybody know of an example of propaganda? Have you talked about this in history yet?
Politics.
Politics. Can you explain, Max, what you mean by that?
Political posters and campaigns.
Political posters and campaigns. Why is that maybe propaganda?
Because it's you're getting your news. You're learning about one candidate from a candidate who's biased
Yes.
towards something.
Right.
It's you go to one political campaign, they're all oh, this side's bad, you should come to us, we'll fix all your problems. And then you go to the other campaign, they're oh, that side's evil. We know what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you look at posters, they're attack ads and stuff.
Right. So when there are political campaigns going on, that is exactly what's happening is propaganda. They're trying to persuade you towards some sort of agenda. And it usually is harmful. So it's usually something that's you don't want this, scare tactics, you want this other thing. Okay? So some people are saying advertising is about propaganda like that. Or it's the other thing, which is that it fosters free trade and promotes prosperity, meaning it's good for the economy. Okay? Any questions about this before we move on? About the prompt or what it's asking you to do? Or any other reflections about what that was like? Questions about the exam itself? It is handwritten. You can scratch things out. These are some questions that I had earlier today. You can scratch things out of the booklet. They treat it as kind of a first draft. They know you don't have a lot of time, but you want to try to finish it as much as you can. You have to be in charge of your own time management. So there won't be a timer up. You'll have a clock. Okay? And then you you will know it is time for you to write 3 essays, and you have to manage your own time. Yes, Hank.
All essays are gonna have 7.